Hello.
I'm Hattie.
Oh, wow. So, we are...
The Gramules?
No, let's not do that. I think that for me especially, it's hard to share anything with anybody.
Not me, I'm an oversharer.
Yeah, she is. It's hard for me to share, especially...
One knows my bowel movements.
I mean, I do know your bowel movements.
Someone's falafel. They might quite enjoy it.
Just nonsense. But anyway, early tramp. No, let's not do that. I'm Naz.
I'm Hattie.
That's Hats. We have been together, it'll be 13 years next year. Married,
Too long.
Married 3 years next year as well.
Yeah, I know.
Mad. Married 3 years next year. Legally April, but wedding ceremony was in June 28th. So yeah, we've been going through IVF for 2.5 years. It will be actually 3 years come next year, March, I kind of feel like.
Who said that off? Oh yeah, no, because we started the initial consultations,
Yeah, so, and we have recently done a GoFundMe, where our amazing friends, family, community have contributed to helping us raise our family. Little backstory, as I said, 2.5, nearly 3 years, we have done 2 retrievals, 4 transfers, and no pregnancies.
And spent about 22k
so far
in the process.
Yeah. I think what people forget is IVF, a lot of emotional, physical, it's draining. And I think that for me especially, it's hard to share anything with anybody.
Not me, I'm an oversharer.
Yeah, she is. Like, sharing this information with our friends and family was really hard, and just to see the generosity and the kindness from even strangers, like people I haven't spoken to in years, like I'm saying 15, 20 years, we donated. It's amazing. Today is sorry about the shaky, haven't got my tripod, but today is we had a call actually with our doctors to just go over our blood tests, but today we are minus Hattie, unfortunately, because she's at work, but we are actually talking to another clinic. Don't want to give too much information away because we're trying to keep things on the DL, but this clinic is abroad, so we are having the first consultation with this clinic abroad on Zoom, with the hope of maybe starting IVF there, due to having so many failed rounds here. Maybe the protocol will be different. Don't know, just let's see how it goes. I'm feeling good about it. We've had obviously a rough 2 years, especially myself, with all like the medication that I've been pumping in my body and just heartbreak in general. But yeah, I'm currently waiting for this doctor to jump on Zoom, but he's still not here. He's 6 minutes late. But let's see. But yeah, as I said, feeling good, and let's see if this consultation is giving us good vibes. Oh, he's joined. I've had the consultation with the doctor. It was quite positive. It's so difficult when you meet someone new, right? Because obviously they, especially in the health profession, you are going for something new, you're trying a new doctor, so on and so forth, and sometimes it comes across a little bit arrogant, because obviously they're telling you not necessarily what they are, but they're telling you like what they will do with their protocol, this, that, and the other. But they're also trying to essentially pick themselves up, right? Because they essentially want you to go with, oh my gosh, how many times am I going to say essentially? They want you to go with them, but they also encourage you to chat to other people and clinics and consultants, which we will. But just to talk about this clinic, it was a 30-minute consultation. It felt good. He read through my notes. He wanted to get a feel for like what we've already had here. I I've asked for permission to record it so Hattie can have it as well. So she'll have a listen to that. I'll send it to her after her class. But I think it felt good. There was a few things that I wasn't expecting, but it doesn't mean that it's bad. But in terms of like our protocol, that will definitely change. The medication's going to change. There's one thing that I'm actually really nervous about if we go with them. There's this one called, I think it's called the PO shot, everyone calls it. It's basically progesterone, which helps support the womb and the lining. I've taken and correct me if I'm wrong, people, because I'm still a novice, even though it's 3 years almost in, but I took the pessaries before, which is fine, uncomfortable at first, but quite easy to do. But now they want me to do, if we go with them, the progesterone in a injection. Now I've heard, first of all, it's in your bum, which is a little bit orcs to do, and I'll probably have to do it myself because Hattie finishes work quite late normally. Don't know how many I'll have to take and so on and so forth, but it's just I've seen that needle. Needle is hella thick out here. How's it getting through my skin? But yeah, it seems positive. But I'll just have to speak to Hats and see what she says. I'm feeling good. Still don't know if we're going to go with them yet. From a cost perspective, though, it is 100%. 100%. Look at me getting to percentages, but it's a lot cheaper than doing it in the UK. I've just got my trusted spreadsheet up, and even with the new additions that he says that we need to do and the testing and this, that and the other, it's still probably about $7,000 cheaper. So yeah. So having just listened to, because you obviously wasn't here, so having listened to the consultation, what are you thinking? How are you feeling?
More positive, because I feel like there's many more things that will be added this time round. And I think rather than...
Sorry, I thought I should come over. Rather it feeling like, go on.
Rather than it feeling like the same, but maybe like different dosages of the same thing, I think it feels more like there's options, there's more high-tech options, like the microscope that they can observe the embryos like in much more detail, that takes a picture every 30 seconds.
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
30 seconds would be a bit extreme. And it just, I think as well, it feels more affordable. It doesn't give me anxiety in a sense of like, oh my God, like, can we afford this? I think knowing that a lot of that is included within the package.
So basically, what if you was to break it down into percentages, abroad or UK?
90% abroad.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That high?
Yeah.
Okay. I actually said 80-20.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
No, I think, I feel like it's accessible out there. Here, I feel like maybe when we first did it, it was accessible because it was like a price package we could afford. But now I feel like what we were quoted, like we've already spent so much money on all the rounds already. Yeah, I just think it's...
And obviously, our donor, but we're obviously going to go with European Sperm Bank. Currently our donor right now.
Typical.
Yeah, so, yep.
So we went on there when? 2 days ago?
2 days ago.
And it was available, and then now
But granted, we went on there 2 days ago. There was only 3 straws left.
Yeah. But then we've just seen a message. This donor is very popular and for that reason rarely available.
And
Consider choosing a different donor.
This was our second choice.
Or our first choice, I think. So again, that's been the hard thing of like, we found one that looked so much like me as a child, minus the nose. Everything else, I was like, I can see myself in that picture.
Yeah.
And then the second choice, again, was still a good second choice, but our first choice didn't have any reported pregnancies because they were a very new donor. So it's not to say that they are not effective. It's just that it's too early.
Yeah, to say.
So we changed donors. And I think, as you said, you were like, right now, this feels like really important in terms of like that it looks like me, but actually we know when
the ultimate goal.
Yeah, the ultimate goal is always that. And I think we were really like hung on to our first donor, and we loved everything about what we read in his profile. We loved the fact that I could potentially use him when I go.
Yeah.
And I think that was the hardest one to let go of.
So our first donor was a mixed race donor, because we were trying to keep it within the family, try and keep the kids, when we have more than one, biologically, I meant to say we wanted them to be biological siblings, but I think we've not essentially ruled that out, but we've ruled it out because the donors that we obviously had picked the first time round, that we used for the first 4 transfers, we didn't get any pregnancies, so something has to change, I suppose, and that's one element. Yeah.
And I think that almost felt a little bit like taking the power back. Like, weirdly
What do you mean taking the power back?
Like, I don't know, weirdly enough, I think, like, once we'd made those decisions to go, right, that's something really big that we're changing. And, like, that is such a big
considering
part
it took
of,
us so long to...
Yeah. Like, that's such a big part of, like, potentially what could have been resulting in negative pregnancies.
Not even in the shot. Yeah.
What could have been resulting in like implantation failure because maybe just the genetics just weren't viable.
Yeah.
I think that then it just felt like, okay, cool. Like, actually now, not like I wasn't optimistic before, but you know, again, it gives you that bit of hope.
Why? Just because we got a white donor?
No, shut up. No, because we'd had 4 attempts and not even, as you said, not even a pregnancy, not
it's
like full term.
It's like that thing that I said that just because a man has sperm doesn't mean he can have a baby in it. But that was today, consultation with the clinic abroad. Quite positive. Hattie's 90-10 and I'm 80-20. So
I think like the meeting we had with the UK clinic was really positive. I think honestly the only downside is
cost. Because it's effectively the protocol the clinic is choosing to do abroad. Yes, the medication is going to change. Yes, they're going to change in terms of the days of stimming is going to change. It's actually going to be a shorter protocol. But in terms of like the added extras that we would get from abroad compared to the UK, so they're looking like embryoscope, they're looking at ISCI, they're looking at natural killer cells, like all of these things are either included in the cost or they're not astronomically expensive compared to the UK. We
did have like a good meeting with the UK, and I don't think it's that we don't believe in them. I think it is literally just that, like I said, this felt within our reach, within our budget, like it feels like achievable, whereas I feel like, and again, to know that like a lot of these extras are included, whereas like here it felt like, and then here's another grand for this, and then like and it just kept piling up to the point where it's like, you know, you're like, oh my, like it made me feel, I think the meeting was great, but then finding out all the added extras just made my blood boil. That it's like, of course we're going through this and wanting to put all the money into creating a family, and as you said, it's like if we couldn't afford to do it, we shouldn't be doing it, because this is going to be a long-term commitment to raising a child and things like this. But it just felt like, I know it's not taking advantage because it is helping us, but it felt like the money that they could charge was taking advantage compared to what you would get it for. It was like, why is it that high? And it just like, that started making my blood boil, and I was just like, I just feel like it's so unfair. So yeah.
But yeah, we'll keep you along the journey. I say that with a lot of enthusiasm, by the way. I know I'm quite tired.
Keep you involved in the journey.
I'm quite tired. I've been at home doing nothing. I'm off pretty much for a month.
The life. Been at home, at work, hustling.
I mean,
Squatting.
all right, that's it.
Hattie. Naz. Granules.